Salam alaikum. To the people of Parkchester, to Imam Maulana Muhammad Didarul Islam and the entire Parkchester Jame Masjid family, thank you for your graciousness, for your compassion, and for welcoming us into your community. Governor Hochul, Mayor Adams, thank you for being here with us. To Jamila, Ayan, and Azan, to Muhammad and Manara, to Naima and Nadima, to all extended family and friends, to police officers from the 4-7 precinct across the department and around the nation, and to every person mourning with us today. On behalf of the entire New York City Police Department, I extend to you my deepest and most sincere condolences. 3 days ago, time was moving fast for Didarul Islam. His 2 young boys were growing quickly, getting bigger and more independent every day. And in just a few weeks, another blessing was on the way. His sons were eager to meet their new baby brother, to teach him and to keep him safe. But of course, Didar would be there to help with all that. After all, he was a New York City cop, and protecting people was what he did, so his boys, they wouldn't have to grow up too fast. Their Baba would be there. And then, in one shattering, incomprehensible instant, time stopped. A killer on a self-centered, senseless crusade of violence took the lives of 4 innocent New Yorkers. He tore a father from his children, a husband from his wife, a son from his family, and in that moment, he ripped the world away from everyone who knew and loved NYPD police officer Didarul Islam. He was a son of 2 cities, born in Sylhet, Bangladesh, called to New York at the age of 20 by the promise of a better life, and he would build that life and fulfill that promise through service. He joined the NYPD first as a school safety agent in 2019 and became a police officer 2 years later. In his own words, the police were a blanket of the community, there to provide comfort and care. And when he joined this department, he made that his personal responsibility. But it was the man beneath the shield, steady in spirit, generous in presence, who left the deeper imprint. No one saw that more clearly than his partner Pablo. At first, Didar was rotating through partners like most New York City cops do, but despite everything that set them apart, he and Pablo found something that brought them together. Pablo was from the Dominican Republic. He was raising 2 daughters. Didar was from Bangladesh, raising 2 sons. 2 journeys, 2 traditions, 2 lives shaped continents apart. Yet here in this city, they found a bond as strong as family, a connection born of faith, carried by trust, and rooted in the values that they both lived by. And that is the most New York story there is, because only in this city do 2 people from opposite ends of the earth end up in the same RMP, watching each other's backs. Only in this city do those differences become strength. Only in this city does a partnership like that feel not just possible, but inevitable. Pablo put it so simply. Everything you can ask for in a partner, he was just that. But as much as this job meant to Didar, his true measure was found in the beautiful life that he built beyond it. He talked often about his wife, his kids, his mortgage, as reminders of what he was working for. And he never stopped working for them. 12-hour tours in a busy precinct, extra shifts, paid details. Last Sunday, he was out at the Dominican Day Parade working more than a full tour. And on Monday, the day that he was killed, he picked up work at 345 Park Avenue to bring home just a little more. Because that's who he was. He didn't look for an easier way. He just showed up and he did the work. There's a quiet dignity to that. A quiet dignity. Everything for him was about building something for his family, for his mosque, for his adopted city, and for his relatives back in Bangladesh. They were all in his care, and he found peace in watching them grow. Didar came to this country with that purpose already alive in him, a sense of duty shaped by the belief that real meaning is found not in what we take from the world, but in what we give back. He stepped into a new land and chose to become part of its promise, to believe in its dream. And he did believe in the American dream, not as something handed down, but as something built with your own hands. He may not be here to see that dream fulfilled, but his sons will surely grow up with its foundation beneath their feet, because Baba laid it through the hours he worked, through the life that he built, through the path that he paved. That journey is now stitched into the fabric of this city, the hope of an immigrant, the strength of a family, the resolve to serve the place that had taken him in and made him its own. There's a belief in Islam, sadaqah jariyah, that the good we do in this world doesn't end when we do, that there is true power in good deeds, and a life of service leaves a lasting trace. Officer Didarul Islam lived that kind of life, one that keeps unfolding in the world he left behind, in the steadiness that he brought to those around him, in the streets that still carry a sense of safety because he once stood there, in the example he offered, not loud, not showy, but strong enough to stay with you. His watch may be over, but his impact will never be. And if there is any grace to be found in this grief, it is knowing that the light that he carried did not go out, it just moved forward, and it shines within the family that he worked so hard to build. For his wife and young boys, Didarul was the provider, the protector, the stable, supportive hand, and today they are left to wonder, what now? Who will take care of us? Jamila, Aizan, look around you. Look at all the NYPD officers here and outside this mosque and across this city who stand with you. I stand with you. I am so heartbroken for you and for your family, and as we scan that sea of blue, you will notice that they look a whole lot like Didar. They wear his uniform, his shield, his collar brass. They carry on his purpose and are sworn to finish the work that he started, and they will be there for you always. In the NYPD, there are certain honors that carry deep and enduring meaning, not because they mark a destination, but because they speak to the path it took to get here, to the service given, the sacrifices made, and the legacy left behind. Didarul Islam came to this country as an immigrant with no guarantees, only the hope that hard work, that humility, and that purpose might lead him somewhere meaningful, and it did. He earned the respect of his peers. He believed in this department. With only 4 years on the job, he did the work of a cop with twice that time and in a command where the work never slowed. But no matter what this job threw at him, you could count on Didar to get it done and to get it done right. And though his journey was cut too short, the way he lived this job, with steadiness, with heart, with conviction, it reflected everything this title represents. So today, it is my honor and my great privilege to promote Police Officer Didarul Islam to Detective First Grade.